Auctions. First documented around 500 BC by Herodotus. There's been countless techniques used, from liquidation to the purchase of fine art. So today we look at 12 things you'll need to know to how to buy your home at auction. 1. Is it legally binding? Absolutely. When you're bidding in an auction, it's unconditional, meaning that it's not subject to a cooling off period, finance, building and pests or anything else. If you're looking to go to auction, be sure to get yourself pre-approved and have arranged building and pest prior to bidding. When you apply for a pre-approval, make sure it's not an automated one. Rather, it's a fully assessed pre-approval, as there's a big difference. If you're the successful bidder, you'll be required to sign a contract to sale and pay the deposit then and there. Oftentimes, agents will accept an electronic transfer. So long as confirmation is given on the day, in most cases, money won't be received for a few days thereafter. But be sure to check with your agent prior to ensure that it's acceptable, as traditionally they require a bank check. 2. What happens if you change your mind? If you're the successful bidder and you change your mind, for example, because you can't afford to pay for the property or the building and pest fails, you won't be able to exit and you're still obliged to buy the property. So if you're going to auction, a simple rule of thumb is if you bid it, you bought it. You're unable to bid at auction with any conditions. So let's say your funds proceeds are coming from the sale of another property you own. If this falls through, unfortunately, you're still obligated to buy the property.
Oh man, oh God, oh man.
3. What happens if I enter into a normal contract after the auction's passed in? If you sign a standard contract within 2 business days of the failed contract or are a registered bidder, your cooling off period is waived and doesn't apply. So be sure to get legal advice before entering into a contract so you can understand your obligations. 4. What to do prior to an auction. There are a lot of things you'll want to do prior to auction, and here's the 9 must-dos. 1. Arrange a pre-approval. 2. Do your own market research. 3. Pay for a registered independent valuation. 4. Get your solicitor to review the contract and all its attached annexures. 5. Pay for legal advice so you can understand the terms and conditions in the event you're successful at the auction. 6. Inspect the property more than once, both in and outside of daylight. 7. Ask the agent the deposit requirements. Do they need a 5% deposit? Can they accept less? Do they need a 10% deposit? Can it be accepted electronically? 8. Get your solicitor or conveyancer to complete all appropriate searches. So, for example, if the property has a feature like a carport, it would be wise to get a council search to ensure that it's council approved. It's important as it'll dictate if there are any future issues. 9. Set a limit for how much you're willing to spend and bid at the auction. 5. Can the agent give me an idea on how much the property will sell for? The short answer is no. What they can do is give you a comparative market analysis which shows you similar properties in the area which have sold for. But they can only give you this document if they have the seller's approval. Oftentimes when you search the property in realestate.com, it'll come up within a certain bracket. This isn't a price guide, and there will be a statement which explains this. Finally, it's illegal for any agent or any associated parties to give you a price guide. An official statement on the Queensland Government website explains that it's illegal for a seller or their agent to give you a price guide for an auction property. This is because they cannot know how high the bidding will go for.
Baby, a way to start it off, man. Yo, the competition's on, baby, it's on!
7. Can you withdraw an auction bid? Short answer is no. 8. Is dummy bidding illegal? Yes, it is. Essentially, dummy bidding's goal is to raise the price of the property once it's on the market. This could be through friends, family, professional associates of either the seller or the agent. This is very different to the agent bidding on behalf of a registered bidder whose intention is to buy the property. This is quite common, and if you see this, you'll know what's going on.
Look at them, they're just chilling, they're happy. Sorry, we're mad with them.
9. Is the vendor/seller's bid legal? Yes, they are. And here in Queensland, the auctioneer can bid on behalf of the seller, but only up until the reserve price is reached. When the auctioneer does this, they're obligated to announce it to the market. Once the reserve is reached, any future bids on behalf of the vendor is considered illegal as mentioned above. 10. What happens if no one bids at the auction? Well, the property is passed in, which essentially means it's on the market and offers are still acceptable via private treaty, which essentially is a traditional way of selling a property through the negotiation via the agent rather than the auctioneer. And 11. Does the seller have to accept the highest bid? Yes. Once a property is on the market, the auctioneer will accept the highest bid on behalf of the seller. The highest bidder will be deemed the winner.
Ooh, that's a bingo!
12. Can you bid without pre-approval? Yes, you can bid without a pre-approval and aren't obliged to complete any searches or be prepared in any way, shape or form beforehand. Unless you're an exceptionally experienced cash buyer, this wouldn't be recommended. And if you're planning to go to auction, it's best practice to attend as many as you can prior. This will help you get familiar with the operating rhythm and see how they work. Each two aren't the same, and each auctioneer will have a unique style and technique and will change the dynamics of the auction. If the property you're looking to buy is one of your dreams, you may consider engaging a buyer's advocate to do your bidding on your behalf, as often bidding strategy rather than price will secure the home. So if you go into auction, all the best, and until next time, I'll see you then.